Hey everybody. Okay, so I wanted to take a second and explain this little graphic here. Actually, I think it was week before last we talked about petticoats for a minute and crinolines and tools and stuff like that on my newsletter. And I drew this graphic and I put it in the email that I sent out that week, explaining how to simply do a really easy petticoat. And basically, we'll just go through this 1, 2, 3. It's really simple. If you have a basic skirt pattern, you can get it from a store-bought pattern really easily if you want to practice it or whatever. Or maybe you can find a basic skirt pattern on the internet, or maybe you have one. But either way, start with that, and you're going to take your darts, your waist darts, and you're going to draw some parallel lines from their dart tips all the way down to the hem. These are going to be your slash lines. So what you're going to do is cut from the hem all the way up to the dart point, but don't cut through it, okay? And you're going to do this for both of these slash lines. Then you're going to come from the top, and really the simplest thing to do would be just to cut on one leg. Leave all of the middle and everything, and just cut on this one leg. Cut down to the dart point, but not through it. And also again here, and it's going to create a hinge at this start point. Then you're just going to close this piece, so you're going to move where you slashed here, and you're going to pivot it to where it touches your previous dart leg, or your first dart leg. And then the same thing on this one. You're going to pivot it, and then you're going to make it touch that previous dart leg. Put some tape over it, that way it stays and it doesn't move. Okay, so what that's going to do, you're basically transferring the darts to the bottom to give the bottom of the skirt more fullness. And then what you're going to do, because you have a hip curve there, instead of using that straight hip curve, it's going to look really funny because now you've actually kind of moved out from the hip some. So easiest thing to do would be just to take that hip line, and instead of curving to go straight, just continue that hip line straight out all the way down to your hem. And really, if you want, you can just come out kind of longer than that. And then once you come here with your hem, you're going to be joining these spaces to create one whole line and one fluid curve. Now once you get to where your skirt was, you're going to add some and kind of continue on. But the easiest way to do that is to say, okay, what's the measurement from the hip where the curve kind of breaks off and goes straight? What's the measurement from here to the hem? And whatever that measurement is, we're going to take that measurement and pivot it out a couple inches or so. And since we already kind of figured out, okay, where our side length is going down to, we already have that. So now we just need to join this. So once we come here and we pivot it out, that should give us right where these cross, and kind of make a crisscross there. And then what you want to make sure at the very end is just that it's square here in this corner. And this line you'll probably leave alone. If it's not square, I would say edit this bottom, the hem line, and then make it square with the side line. Okay? And then once you finish that, now just take you some rectangles of crinoline or a tool or whatever you want to do, and just stitch different tiers of that onto that skirt, and now you've made a petticoat. Very simple. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. And there should be a link down there that if you want to get on my newsletter and learn about the stuff we're learning about. I think at the time of this recording we're learning about facings this week. I think in usually like we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday learning about something, and on Friday we'll recap. And I'll give you links to the previous emails so you can see what all we talked about that week. Anyway, so that is it. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped, and I'll catch you later.